I'm Joey O'Connor, and this is my story. People often pop in my office and they'll look at the mosaic crosses on the wall and they'll say, gosh, who made these? Or did you make them? Do you sell them? Can I buy one from you? But what people don't understand is that there's a story behind those mosaics, and there's a story behind that cross, because it's pretty much of a picture of my past 10 years, and it's a theme what I call broken wholeness. And as you look at the pieces on those crosses and you see how they're broken, but put together as a whole, they come together, and there's some meaning and purpose there. In the summer of 2000, I hit what I call the wall, the most painful period of my life that I'd ever been through. I was finishing up my master's degree and was one of a number of people on part-time staff who got laid off. So that began a process for me of 7 years of pursuing my career as a writer. And it was 3 weeks after I lost my job that my wrist began to hurt. I was diagnosed with chronic tendinitis in my wrist, not a carpal tunnel, but just a chronic tendinitis. And over the course of 7 years, I've had many different experiences going to physical therapy, acupuncture, cortisone injections, prolotherapy, all sorts of different exercise, diet techniques where I didn't eat bread for 3 months, and that was devastating in itself. My wrists were hurting so bad, someone suggested that I try voice-activated software. So I started using voice-activated software, and this was a discrete speech technology where you had to talk like this into the computer. And I did that for a year, and so by the beginning of 1998, for the first 5 months, I had completely lost my voice. And so I entered this wall of depression where for 3 months, I was in so much physical and emotional pain, I wanted to die. It was in this time of this depression when my writing career was coming to an end. I was seeing a friend of mine who's a counselor trying to make it through this difficult period, and he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I've had a lot of chronic pain for the past 7 years." And he said, "What happened 7 years ago?" And I said, "I lost my job at a church where I worked." And he said, "Okay." And he looked at me and he said, "You're filled with anger because you've been rejected by men, and you've closed your heart off to God and His church." And so I thought about that, and I said, that's really true. And I can't keep writing. I've got to do something different. So that next week, I gave Denny a call, and we had lunch, and I said, "I'm throwing my hat back in the ring. I've got to make some changes, and I know I need to go where God called me in the first place." A lot of people who haven't experienced chronic pain really can't understand what a person is going through. But when a person's in chronic pain, life is viewed through a completely different lens. Through pain, God helped me understand what my true calling is to follow Him and to help His people follow Him. And I can look at this season of my life and thank God for it, and how God's used some very difficult times to test me and mold me and break me. It's because of Christ's love that I'm able to endure the pain He's allowed me to experience.